So I believe we are, or should be live. Giving it a couple of seconds to start up. Yeah. So what I want to do right now is change the overlay a little bit. Maybe I could do a little bit of writing here. Title talk, whatever. Nope, didn't work. Title talk, delete it. Add text. Okay, I took the wrong one. The mask. Doing overlays at him at the moment. Let's see if that kind of put it over here somewhere, or maybe up here over myself. That's pretty good. Let's see, turn down the music a little bit. That's good. What I want to do as well is kind of include, I don't know if I want to change the overlay completely. I'm thinking of doing it. I like the light hue, but I don't really know if I want to go onward with that route. So let's see if we could actually... I'm gonna shut down a couple of other windows. Then we're gonna look at different ways of actually enhance the stream as a whole. From that part, yeah, maybe I will try to shut down everything. Yeah, sure. I would like to have, like, on the far side, something like a roll 20, just a normal dice thing. Let's see if it kind of works with the overlay here. Yeah, sure. It kind of looks a little bit wonky, but yeah, you know, better than nothing. So what we're gonna do here is start up with the overlays a little bit. Last time I did it was kind of mixing in and out between Notepad++ and the I think it was the Roll20 app. Open a beer, and it kind of worked. Let's say that it worked, but I would like to see it so that you guys see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm contemplating if I want to do like 2 screens and work with 2 of them and having them in OBS. So you see, like, if this is your screen, you see Notepad++ here, and then you see like the actual result there. What do I do? Notepad++ 4. Let's look at the sheet. So maybe we will go for a small picture here. Let's add the display window capture. No, let's go for this one and go. Let's call it Roll20. Urga. Woo! There we go. No. Let's say no. Remove. Yes, please. No. So not that one. I guess it could be this one. Roll20. Let's call for Raven's Call. And this is the one, right? So I want this one, and maybe shut it down a little bit and have it so you guys can see it on this over there somewhere. Let's see if I move here. Yeah, you see it, so that's pretty dope. And what I want to do straight above me is like the Notepad++. So let's start that one up. Notepad++. No, I don't want to download anything. Cancel it. So we're just getting started here. There's nothing major. I'm gonna go on. Just a little bit of the horror film. Let's see here. Then we should add the Notepad++. Add it as a game capture. Doesn't really sound like it. I have all my games there, so no. Window capture. Doesn't really sound like it. Notepad++. And let's see what we could do. Well, look at that shit. Right on the cue. Right on the money. What we want here is kind of include everything here. The Notepad++, but like in the background, so you can actually push it down a little bit. A whole lot. Right over here. So you will see actually how I kind of print everything and do all the magic in the behind, and then you're gonna see everything in the Roll20 as well. So hopefully you will get that going. I don't know if there is actually... No, it's not. So the idea for it is to actually have like maybe even one more box, and that box would be for this part. When everybody is rolling their skill checks and what have you, that will show kind of in the furthest right. Right. Okay, so let's try that out first. I need to open a folder. That's why you kind of see my pointer here, but this is indeed my folder on the second monitor. So what I'm looking for here is, did I make it so that each of the yeah, maybe I will do so instead. I will make it so that you can actually see everything on the second screen. That would maybe be even sexier. So let's try that out instead. Let's see here. If you take this one, just put it in here, so you can actually see myself here. A little bit of inception there. You know what? I'm gonna keep it over here. The setup is coming somewhere, so we want to have all the background on the second computer, and I will work with the second computer and go forth. The monsoon season. I don't know about the monsoon season. Is that for the moon to slowly come here? The monsoon. Let's see. Then I just delete a couple of things here for you. I delete this one. Is this just a... Let me think about this one. Yeah, I could probably just delete this one. Remove it. And this big part, we could actually take away the Notepad++ too. Right over here. And then we could actually add in... Now it will be like... Window capture second monitor, we can call it monitor. And you see like this. And let's go for so if I, for instance, nope, that didn't work. So I guess I go for not this one, but the display. I will delete this one. Bear with me. So add and display, and we will call that second monitor. And the second one. So that's pretty dope. And then we will go for the second computer and just pull it downwards. Something here. Then you can see here, and if I put up nope, this one, you see that one. So yeah, a little bit easier, both for me and for you guys. So what we have been doing, we have kind of constructed the character sheets a little bit, and we actually made it work. Some of it. I think it was this one was actually the one that we made. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna make it so it kind of works with everything. Maybe make a paragraph here, call it something, and then we can actually make it so. Very soon, if you are here, you will see how it will kind of come together. So what we will do is actually make a new little set here, and this set is for Roll20, and we will go for that game. We will also go for the settings and game settings for the Raven's Call. We will then go down and you will actually see there is lots of text here. It's a usual HTML kind of thing. And if I am truly mistaken, and this is pretty cool gig here. You could actually go in here and see that body and soul, that kind of works. And what we want to do is either have this section on its own, or it should be included in body and soul. I think I want to include it in body and soul. So let's try that out. So let's see if we could actually make it so that this will be in the body and soul. If we're looking at it, it just comprise of, let's see, if we go down a little bit, nope. I think this is the idea for it. Now we have to go back and check the CSS. I believe it was something called, made it here. If the sheet with the arrow is checked, the sheet of body display none. Okay. So it should be here somewhere. This one closes, right? And when it closes, it should be up here somewhere. Here it is. The checkbox. The checkbox of arrow, remember the arrow as it states here. If you press it, if the arrow is checked, the body will display none, right? So what we have here is the arrow. If you check that box, the body here will be empty. So that's pretty cool. Meaning that if we are pressing this one, everything inside here will be empty. However, we want to include this part as well, right? So we know that this div will be needed to be closed somewhere. And it's right over, maybe over here. I think this one is divided somewhere else. So let's just take this part, copy it out, and then push it inside here. Just for fun, just try it out. I'm gonna wait for this one to update. Then we need to update this part. Then we can check with the character sheet here. And if I press this button, what I wanted to do is this part and this part will disappear. And it didn't really work. It just took this part. So let's be a little bit more thorough. We're gonna take all the bits, and this is where the Notepad++ really shines. Here is the div part that we actually used. Then we're gonna go upwards, and we're gonna include all here. So we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna go for this part, and here is just a mess at this point. So we want to see where this div kind of goes. This div is closing this part, meaning that it kind of just closes this area, right? And if we're looking at the sheet here, and most in particular this sheet, this is the div that it's kind of closing. And somewhere here I made a little bit of a boo-boo, as I thought it should have been closing everything. I don't know why it's kind of closing this one. Maybe this div is just wonky. Wonky donkey. You know what? I maybe need to go a little bit deeper, meaning I need to push everything. So now I have everything here. It's roughly about 560 or so lines of code. And here you see the code for actually rolling, as I shown you guys before. If you want to roll inside here, you kind of press here and you see the checking here. You get a cool little picture of the guy, what he's doing, the check, what it is, skill check, the modifier, the result, if it's a success or not. So yeah, pretty much everything. And this is the part for that. The table is ending here. We are now questioning, where is the will, this part, where is it kind of going? Right, so if we are taking this divide, copy, and we are pushing it down here, just for funs. This divide goes over here. Okay, and this divide goes there. So if we're taking one more divide, maybe the divide have not been properly properly, being used properly. So if you're looking for this div, it goes up here. So that's pretty good. That means this body, all these texts, goes down here. These kind of endings, it's good. I'm not really using these parts yet. I might do, but I could, if I want to, without breaking anything, take off these parts and those two. But I might be needing them later, so I will keep them. So if you're gonna test this part out, we go back and we mark everything. You see the hue over everything, and we just copy the code. We save and we wait for it to be saved, and then we update the Roll20. And then we go to the character sheet, and hopefully this part will go away now. Yeah. So that's pretty good. We are now including everything here with just one press. So what we want to do now, and this is the part where I kind of messed up last time. I maybe have been putting up too much of the dividing parts. So we will include like a combat, exactly the same as this one, downward here. And this is the problem when I'm using these separate screens. Next time I might be using this, so I'm not looking to the in my far right every time. Kind of looks really stupid. Hopefully you kind of doesn't really mind. And what I could do, let's see, is this the background? I could change it. No, not that background. It's too much. I wanted to change my part and just take away their part, but hey. So what we're gonna do now is include combat with the same idea that I had over here. So when I press like combat, all these parts would go away, and maybe even look for a way to do it repeatedly. I know there is a formula for it, but at the same time, I made it so that the characters can have like free weapons, and the brawling and melee are not included, so they can change it. I made it so that it could check in like skilled or not, and then they will get a number. I'm not really sure what number I were putting in. I believe it's agility in half. So if I put a 6 here, it should be, and look over here. Could you do it? Yeah, you could. If I put a 6 here, it should be like a free. Oopsie daisy. 6. Yeah, free. So it's agility divided by 2 that you get like an extra point from. So back at it, I guess. Kind of mark this part. Don't really need it. Okay, so back at it. Take this part and put it on the combat. It shouldn't be that hard in my mind. It should be this part telling me that put up a checkbox, call it arrow, name it something, and everything underneath is the body. And if you just remembered, if you put in the arrow, if it's checked, that body will display nothing. Yeah. So this part we will copy. The best of things in the world is copy paste. So we go down to something called combat right here, right? We take that part and we just paste it over and we change the body and soul to, let's call it just combat. What we need to do is end it with a end divar. More stuff talisman, should that be included? No, it shouldn't be included. It shouldn't be included. Okay, so we go down to about here somewhere. Here's the end of table. And then I just break it off, just make another tab down. So we could actually go inside here, right? What we should do is like end the divi. And that should probably be sufficient. And if that pops up, we should refresh here. Watch it so that we actually have it right over here. We could shrink it. Now we actually shrunk it all. I don't really know why. Is it that this one is called arrow? Do we need to call it something else depending on how many? Maybe we need to do that. What I'm thinking is that this part is called the arrow, so maybe we need to call this part arrow 2, because when we are closing this one is called arrow as well, right? So when I'm calling this one, that one will be closed too, even though I haven't checked it. You see what I'm getting at? I'm not really sure, because if I close this one, shouldn't this one be closed? Or if this is so further down. So an easy test is to go into the CSS styling here and just copy paste this part too. And when the sheet of arrow 2 is checked, everything is the same, right? Then we go down to combat and call that for arrow 2. Right over here, arrow 2, not 3 but 2. We save it, and we update it. And let's call it for what it is. Body and soul keeps on getting this part too. Then I'm more thinking the division, the end of divi, or whatever you want to call it, is grasping down and taking this one with him, right? So let's see how it kind of pans out in the HTML here. Copy everything and just paste it in here. Here's skills, pretty further down. Here's the first of the divi, right? And that's the willpower. We have not closed it yet, right? Here we have it. So the first one will go all the way up to the body. So that's the problem, right? We are keeping the same as before. And this one kind of goes up here. So what we could do now, and I think that's the problem, this one goes all the way up. You see, it doesn't end here. So let's try. I don't remember how many we did before. If there will be too many if we take 3. Yeah, let's go with 1. And put 1 in here and see where it ends. And it takes the body straight away, right? So what we want to do here... No, we are doing it so completely wrong. This one takes the body of soul. So that's a-okay. We wanted the body and soul to include this part, but we didn't want it to include the combat part, right? So we are pretty a-okay with it to be over there, but we want this part, the combat part, not to be included. And looking at it, I don't really see it happening though. And this DY ends over here, so that's effing up. This one is not taken care of, so let's copy one in. Oops, daisy. Like so. And if we go up now, will it take the body? It does. Slowly but surely, everything works out, I hope. And did we do an update? I don't think we did. And now if we open one of the players here, we want this part to be included. And that it does, but the combat is still effing up. Oh, now it takes the more stuff too, right? Oh, I see where this is going. Everything is a body. Oh. What you could do here then, as just a test, we are connecting this class, the body. Let's call this body 1. And then change it up here in the CSS to body 1. Then it should just take body 1, right? This is a variable as any. So let's try it out. It should work. So let's update a couple of things and see if it works. And it works. Now it just takes the part that I've tried to for a couple of times now to take. It just takes this part. So yay, success. And if you've been watching so far and you're still wondering why the heck am I putting down this amount of time doing so? Well, something that I've been kind of wanting as a player in most of the games is to actually being able to get into what I want and kind of minimizing the rest. So if I don't want to have this part up, I can just bloop, take it away. If I don't want to use or be able to see this part, I will be just taking that away, etc, etc. So it's for the players to be able to shrink the amount of things on the roll sheet that they are not really using. Hopefully that makes some sense. Yeah, so going forth, we need then to change a couple of bodies, and easily done. We go in here. This is the part of the first. This is the second one, and body 2. Let's call it that. Body 2. And body 2 kind of works all the way down. It's the combat. Then we should actually make one for more stuff. It's the talismans, so maybe call it talisman then more stuff. Let's go upwards and copy paste this part. Then we don't really need the arrow and change that. We tested it out, didn't work, but now it might work much better. So let's call it for free, and let's keep it up. Arrow free and body free. I'm not really sure if we're ending the divi here. Dive? Divi. It's not really the same. So div. What we? Div. Div. Well, let's call it just div. We're not really sure if we're ending the div in the right manner, so let's copy paste everything. We have changed this part, so we need to change that part here too, but we're coming to that. So copy paste everything in here. Is this really true? Yeah, we are in the bottom. And this is the skills. Yeah, this is the part. And we're gonna change the name for talisman. Let's see here. The arrow free is right, the body free is right. What we wanted to just see is if we're closing the div as intended. This section thing is really effing it all up, I guess. Yeah, whatever. We can have it so. For now. So the talisman should work if we're changing the arrow. We could actually be a little bit risky bisky and put this in here. Call this one skills. Change this one to 4. And change this one to 4. And we want to see where this one ends. And it kind of changed pretty good. Pretty good. And all this could actually be taken away. That was like a test I did long ago. Let's see if we just copy paste everything inside here. And you are right, we need 2 things. And the CSS doesn't seem to work. Try to save it then. We wanted to have this part as a t, as a 3, as a th, right? And we changed the arrows to match. So now we have an arrow 4, 3, 2, 1, or nothing. Maybe change it to 1. So it's kind of consistent. Then so let's say the changes, and when that's done, we're gonna update it. And as I said before, this is just for the players to be able to. Nothing happens. Bruken it. This one works. This one works. Oh, it's because I haven't put a 1 in the arrow. And this one works. This is a face of almost a happy face. So what does it really mean? Well, the players can actually have a very small box of character sheet if they want to. If that could have worked, would have worked, might have worked, everything. It should have been really awesome. Did you follow my problem or dilemma? If I put a 1 here, it all works out, I hope. So if I press this one up, will it work? Will it work? Oh yes. Oh sweet yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I could take this part away, character and info, right? It's just in the way. This part. So this one will go away. And I kind of fancy the this part to be solid no matter what. So if I would be a player in the game, I would have it set up like this. And if the DM asks like, yeah, I want you to do a perception check, then I just open the skills and do a persuasion, not the persuasion check, and boom, that check is done. And when I'm done with that, I kind of close it up, and then I might be in need of doing some shooting or fighting. Yeah, I'm skilled in that shit. Oh, I saw a bug. Cool. A little bit of a bug. The same variable. Same variable. Let's see if it... Nope, this one works. So then I could press this one and I do a brawling check. And when I'm done with that, I kind of go up here. The talisman, the only one I got. I roll that one. Talisman check. The Feather of the Wise. So yeah, we should go in and fix the bug I saw. The bug being skilled works on both. So if we're going in here, and we go down to the combat part, right here. Skilled is the same, right? So if we're putting in a 1 here and a 2 here, it should be work flawlessly. So the name here is like a variable, something that the character sheet will be using every time. And if it's the same variable, the same result will be shown. So now the checkbox here and the checkbox over here will be different. I hope. So let's update it, and hopefully when I'm clicking here, there will be just one change. Going down and check. Cool, didn't check this one. So variable work. And I made a little bit of I had an idea to make it so that the players couldn't change certain fields. Like brawl and melee should be there no matter what. I saw it as the character could always be able to do some sort of brawling, some sort of punching or whatever, and as well as the melee. Anyone could take up like a log and smash someone. So I wanted to interpret that, and if you feel, and this is a very, very homebrewed system, If you feel that you are skilled with it, you can check it. If not, don't check it. And then you get a little bit points from the agility. I think that an agile person should be able to hit a little bit easier than a very non-agile person. But hey, that's me. And at the same time here, you can change the value. Not that I don't trust the players, I just want it to be half this amount right here. So no need to change it. I just auto calculate it. Pretty good. So now if we're closing this part, we're just using this one and combat, the talisman, the skills, and we're all done. Looking up, some things that I've done before is the... oh, what's a mystery note? Nothing. Why are you here, you mystery note? Here are a couple of things that have been going on before. We are now... I'm wondering if I have the note put in here. My library. Here's a lot of things from the Star Wars. And I mean a lot of things. I'm running a campaign in the Star Wars as well. So yeah, there are a lot of Star Wars things here. If you want me to go through that, I can go through that too. And yes, it's a lot of things in Star Wars. Hopefully it will be somewhere an end. Yeah, here comes the ending part. No, I haven't put it up. I had made actually last stream a couple of weeks ago a note. So let me check for that note and we could actually put it in. Wonder where it kind of ended up though. Not here. Not here. Maybe the documents folder? Maybe the new folder, maybe? No, that's just twitching. All the twitching stuffs. Yeah, nothing there. I wonder if it's somewhere hiding on my so filled up desktop. The folder of what the name was. Oh, this is when I played RimWorld, the maps. Is it in maps maybe? Yeah, there is some ideas here, but nothing where I want it to be. I'm looking through a couple of images that are just lying around. Yeah, these are pretty cool things. I can show you these parts too. This is a lot of Star Wars stuff though. Here it is. Okay, so it's on my computer. Here is the chat. The chat. Oh, the chat. So let's bring it up for you guys. And here it is. This is actually a little bit of a note I made where the characters in the game will actually see it. So if you're a player of the game, don't look. So what I did was get a piece of paper kind of thing on the Google, and I took like a stamp, a French stamp, and I made a couple of different fonts. And I wanted to have one that is kind of like a typewriter and one that is more or less like a handwritten thing. And I also added in, if you're looking right over here, a couple of ink dots. So we could actually add it in. Let's see. I don't believe it's anything else, so let's put that in, and I guess we could call it a day. I don't know if there is anything more that you want me to show, but I think we are pretty good. Because if we're looking at, here's like the paper I started out with. I just shrunk it down a little bit to make it made it a little bit more darker. So yeah. So if you want to have this note inside Roll20, right? Something I wanted Roll20 to have actually is folders. It would have been so great. Let's say I kind of mark this one and mark that one. It would be kind of cool to be able to throw it inside a folder. I was like, oh, they've actually added, but it's a tag, so you can look it up easier if you search for it. So what we want to do is go from upload, and we take this image, right? Just upload it. So if there is anything you want to know, they're adding folders. Yeah, it would be so nice. I really feel it's kind of wonky to push downwards in foreverness. And we are gonna do a little bit of mystery note, maybe. Use the one that I haven't been using. So yeah, I could have copied it in here, right? And I can show you guys the link there. There, the thing that I like, I've actually tested out a couple of different tools for doing some gaming online. It would be kind of cool to see, as they're kind of pointing out, and as Nix is saying, to have it like folder based, so these kind of images kind of folds up in there. And it's great that it's on the dev servers, meaning that somewhere we will get it too, and that is awesome. But as I said, I tried out a couple of different ones. I've actually used the Fantasy Grounds too, and there are a couple of things on Fantasy Grounds that are amazing. Even though the Roll20, it's so much better. So it's here and there, give and take, potato, potato. Yeah. So back at it, I guess. Why do I want to upload it when I can just push it inside here? Am I thinking the wrong way, or am I doing the right way? If I open this one, it's the Star Wars category. So let's put it in the Star Wars category. I don't know why I needed to upload it though. Maybe it's the beer. I don't know. Let's call it a letter. Oh, we could look and make their room too. That would be nice to. Let's not. I will paste it in their journals later when they actually are getting it. So that's the ladder. Car and smoke. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think I just pasted some, yeah. It would have been cooler if these parts, the kind of diary thing, would have been made like this. But the typewriter thing was a little bit of an improv thing. Turned out really good. So, right. The map for their kind of cool house, I don't think I made it. Right, this is the morgue where they will be ending up on the next session. The room is on fire. Nope. Very fine room indeed. Okay, so what I will do is upload the picture for their room, and then we can actually just paste it down and use it. So I'm gonna look here for the detective's office. So what I can do, I bought it from the I'm gonna show you here the drive-through. I think it was just like $1 or something. So this is the room they will be using, and you can have it in all different shapes and forms and everything, depending on how you set it up. But what we want to do is take this part and set it up from here and just put it in. And I don't think that there is anything else. Yeah, this is the picture actually. Actually, we don't need to do anything more. Yeah, we're gonna use it as is, right inside. So how I will do it is open up this part, upload it, get them, and drop and drag. I think I have too much shit in my library though. But I've used the Fenstergrounds for a couple of campaigns on the internets, and it works out really good. I like how it's all simple and stuff. However, it's kind of clunky wonky. Now I know why I couldn't open it, because it's in a zip folder. It's like in zip. In zips! So let's pull it out, and from here we might just be able to upload it. So I really liked Fenstergrounds, but it was not so much a platform where you could change stuff. In Roll20, you have a couple of templates, and then the developers are actually pushing you to develop your own. And that is pretty awesome. So I will never use this part again. What we want is actually to take away the grid system and make it a little bit dark. So let's do it. It's this room. We didn't want the grids, and the background should be like black, but that didn't help. Oh, background, here it is. This is for the grid. Yeah, okay. So what we want to have it right over here is actually the picture that we uploaded to our library, right over here. Somewhere. Where did you go? Or did I make it too black? Is that it? Maybe I made it too black so I can't see anything. Background, let's call it white then. Okay. We're getting there, even though it's not really there. So this is not a background, it's an object. Right, okay. Let's go back here and see if we can just put it down. What am I doing not wrong? Let's call it office then. Off. Select none. What am I doing wrong? Did I make it so the white... This is just for grids. Bloop. I am in all awe of what I'm not doing. Oh, here we saw something. Are you hiding from me, you little cheeky bastard? Yes, you are, like 10 folds. You little bit of bastards, aren't you? Oh well, we need like one. So let's put it up here somewhere. Maybe have it so. And for you guys, I don't really care. No, couldn't even. So yeah, I want the background to be black anyway. Could I do that without really messing it up? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So when I transfer the players over here, they will actually see this place. And I do not want the grids. I'm not gonna use it. It's more for a reference. And it's pretty much the way I described it, or let the players describe it. As last time, when we came into, I said that they opened the door to their office, and I asked them, how do your office look? What kind of office is it? How does it look? What kind of furniture do you use? And they kind of spot on made this room. So there are a couple of things that are not included, but still, yeah. I don't think they remember everything in detail anyway. So yeah, this is pretty cool. We made a small note letter here that we could distribute. The letter in short tells the player that their sister have died, and if they don't claim the belongings or visit the body or whatever, it will be cremated. They have a small time frame to do so. So it will push the players onto another story arc, which is the morgue. And the morgue is this one. This one is actually a little bit smaller, ain't it? Yes, it's definitely smaller than this one. So let's just push it up a little bit. Let's settle it down here and just make it... Now it looks pretty good. And I believe we didn't have any grids, no grids. So this is pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's it. Next time I will be fixing and prepping for this one. And I'm not prepping the overlays. I had an idea of actually to work with the overlays. There is a couple of different sites where you could manage the overlays. One in particular is like Steam Pro or something. where you actually make everything in a blue screen and just paste it on. And that would be kind of cool, actually, to have it like so. But for now, there haven't been any kind of questions regarding the system or the role creation or anything. So I will kind of go for it. This is what you see is what you get, man. And next time, hopefully I will... There is 2 parts I want to do. I want to do the Star Wars campaign role prep. That would be kind of cool. The players have actually made their characters, and it will be an in real life event. So I will on the stream make a lot of prep work, and you guys will show it, and maybe if we're getting a little bit of a discussion regarding it, I could tell you what have happened in the last episode where it's all in real life, and we won't be recording it. So if you want a little bit of a check-up, I could do it. But there are a lot of things kind of going into the Star Wars roleplay campaign. That's one part, and this part, the Raven's Call, is like a horror-esque theme. Think of it like a Lovecraft style. So I think we are talking about maybe coming Wednesday, or somewhere in the weekend. We're not really sure, but I will post it if you're looking down here. All the kind of announcements are doing it due to Twitch, Twitter, or somewhere there. Twitch right down here, I just posted, and Twitter, same name. So yeah, I think that's about it. There is a cool outro video, so that is why I'm kind of shutting down the music now. Boom. And hopefully you guys will be popping in when I'm doing these small things. I'm usually sitting here and just talking shadava and maybe drinking beer, I don't know. Anywho, this horror-esque RPG game will be streamed, and as I said, maybe Wednesday. We're not really sure. We haven't really spoken about it. We have mentioned it, and it will be this week though. So stay tuned, follow up if you haven't already, to actually be a part of it. It's about 3 hours gaming per session, and we do it once per month. We're now looking into it, making it every other week. So two times every month. I had to think there for a moment. So yeah, that will be cool. I will go for the outro video. Hopefully you like it as much as I do. Here's the outro video.